So this is the statement that was put out from PGMOL. They acknowledged significant human error during that match. The goal by Luis Diaz was disallowed for offside by the on-field team of match officials. Clear and obvious factual error should have resulted in the goal being awarded. Okay, so then Liverpool yesterday released this statement, basically saying that they acknowledge the omission of failures, clear that the correct application of the laws of the game did not occur, resulting in sporting integrity being undermined. We will explore the range of options available given the clear need for escalation and resolution to this.
Yes. Well, this is the thing. You say it's human error, but why did we implement VAR in the first place? Right? So the official lets the play go on, and then the AR has his flag up for offside. That's when VAR steps in and says, this is a goal. So stop. Don't let a re-kick take. Don't let it play on. We're gonna bring it back, because that's a goal. So you allow the referee to kind of stop the play.
Reportedly, let's get it right. As per the reports, the AR raises his flag, and VAR, what they believed reportedly was that the call in the field was a goal. So what they verbalized to the referee was
complete.
Check.
That's what they say.
Complete.
But the biggest thing that Charlie's saying is this: how is there not greater communication between VAR and the officials? That's the part I find hard to understand.
But then you say,
they should have direct communication there.
There's so many questions. I don't understand how the VAR is not aware of the call that happens on the field. So a perfect time to bring in our very good friend, Christina Unkel. I imagine you have been a very busy woman over the past 48 hours addressing this incident that happened. And obviously I'm a Liverpool, so this one hurt a lot, but it felt like such an egregious failure of the protocol that is supposed to be in place. Can you just kind of tell us how this happened, how this all unfolded?
Yeah, it's never a good day when you're on the top of Morning Footy on a referee issue. I can definitely guarantee you that. But yeah, Nico hit it. I just want to be clear that everyone understands the what occurred as more information is coming out is the on-field decision was offside. The VAR upstairs, a lapse of concentration to know exactly what was happening on the field, believed it to be an actual goal was the decision on the field, which was actually not the case. The verbalization of check complete is the appropriate protocol to recommend down to the officials if he had believed, and he did, that it was an actual good goal on the field. So all of that followed in process. However, it was understood that quickly after the ball was put back into play, obviously it would be an offside decision, indirect free kick there, is when the VAR team officials upstairs realized that they had a misunderstanding as to what the on-field decision was. And on the VAR protocol, technically speaking, when the ball is replayed and we put back into play, you can no longer recommend a VAR recommendation outside unless it is violent conduct or mistaken identity. So I just want to play all of those out, and that communication that occurred, it was something that would naturally occur from the on-field officials. To hear a check complete, they would naturally assume that the VAR official and the assistant VAR, the video operator, all understood that was an offside decision. So they would think that would be a quick check complete for that decision. So that is where the communication breakdown happened, was the mental side from the VAR not being aware that it was an actual offside that was called on that field.
You had one job. Christina, I appreciate you for waking up early and talking about this situation. But what I'm trying to understand is how, as a referee, if you are tasked with being the VAR, do you not see that it's offside? How do you misconstrue that call?
One is stepping into that, many of us, was trained in VAR back in 2017, and we were the first league in Major League Soccer to implement it around the world in a league. And one thing that was very, very clear and apparent to me during that training, which ironically enough, Howard Webb was the one who was training and we were learning the VAR protocol, is you cannot step in that room thinking it's as simple as turning on a TV and watching the game. You can't step in that room and say, hey, not much has happened, I'm going to take a break and I'm going to relax. You can't do that, and it's very easy to be deceptively pulled into that. Not in this game. It was a very interesting game, even leading up to the Diaz. So one of those things is to kind of mentally keep yourself in a check. The VAR room, I think, and specifically, I think the position of VAR is the most difficult position for the on-field officials at this moment, because as we see here, there is zero room for excuse to get something wrong, just none. We have the camera angles. It is supposed to be that security safety blanket for when we make human errors on the field for clear and obvious errors. So here, it's a mental lapse of time of not staying focused and taking a look at what led up to play, what occurred, and also making sure you have that communication with your assistant VAR. And there's a lot of protocols that have fallen in this check alone. Those that are saying scrap VAR in totality, I just strongly want to tell you not to, because then Diaz definitely would have been offside still in the scenario, because that's the on-field decision. But it's losing track of those protocols, and respectfully, even looking to your assistant VAR, and it's rumored that he didn't check with his assistant VAR, which is an offside official, to say, you good here, we're good here, and then saying check complete, right? Maybe if he would have taken 2 or 3 more of those communications within the booth before saying check complete, that could have caught the scenario.
Christina, explain to my simple mind, with all the technology that VAR has and all the technology we are living in, how there isn't better communication between the VAR and the referee, how they're not in constant communication for them to be able to speak to the on-the-field match officials.
There is constant communication. This isn't coming down to the protocols are broken or the law is broken. None of this is broken. When, semi-automated offside technology is not in Premier League, and that was a decision by Premier League itself. That's not a decision by the officials. I've just learned people thought that PGMO decided that, and that's not the case. Nothing is broken when it comes to protocol, or I'll qualify that, because, there's no such thing as that 100%. But there is, the protocols and the law itself are not broken. What really comes down to it is that clear communication. So what we would want to hear, ideally, in this scenario, although, once you get into the routine of it, is saying, confirming offside decision, right? Check complete. Or in here, a scenario, he would think that it was a good goal, saying confirming goal, check complete. Those were the words that we would want to hear before. Confirming goal, check complete. If he would have said confirming goal, that would have triggered everybody on the field to say, no, we don't have a goal, we have an offside, right? And given that second thing. So when you hear that, when you remove this 2 simple words of confirming goal and you merely say check complete, on-field officials are making an assumption that you've already looked at that offside. But if we always kind of open up the loop and then close the loop with the decision that we're confirming with the check complete, that's where that communication. So it's merely a protocol of getting too relaxed with the system upstairs.
All right, so Christina, Liverpool put out the statement. They are demanding escalation and resolution from this matter. What happens next? What are sort of the repercussions from something like this? This mental error that happens, and how do you prevent it from happening again moving forward? What does this look like?
Yeah, there is no apology that PGMO or I could give the rest of the world and you, Susanna, for this error. There just isn't. It's inexcusable and it's unexplainable. When Liverpool put out that statement, right, we always say 2 wrongs don't make a right. And I understand, and it's bigger. And this is the difference of refereeing professional soccer versus refereeing grassroots youth soccer, is the implications of a loss of some points, jobs down the line, right, cups. Is here immediately when we talk about, what are the implications, is that the officials there in England and the VAR have been removed from their games. And everyone says that's not enough, right? And in the laws and in VAR protocol, match validity cannot be contested if there is a misuse of VAR or a failure to use VAR. So this was very interesting when I saw Liverpool put out this kind of a statement, because ultimately, when it comes to challenging the validity of the game and the fact that it was such a clear and obvious error within the laws of the game, there's nothing that can be done. If they're trying to take action outside of the laws of the game, this is very, very concerning, because, yes, does this decision undermine, and as we can see in the public media, people are crying corruption or making these allegations when it was a simple and sadly human error. To then take such a stronger statement by Liverpool to say, we are going to explore other options as well outside of what we can do within protocol, continues to undermine the refereeing, the refereeing that is happening. And once you start undermining the justice system in the game, then people start to lose interest in it. So the next steps is outside of, what Howard Webb has a lot of work on his hands. I know he's only been on the job for 9 months, but it's really stripping it down to the bolts and restructuring the VAR protocols, ensuring that we're taking mindsets of individuals he didn't get trained and retraining them through the process to ensure 100% in that booth.
Oh, man. Still hurts. This one still hurts. Christina, we really appreciate you taking the time to join us this morning. Next time you come on, we'll have more fun, I promise.
Yes.
I just got to get myself a nice little warm sweater, a little cocoa,
There you
a
go.
bubble braid. We'll call it a day.
Join the cardigan party. Christina, we appreciate you. Thank you so much.